We're focusing on the latest changes to the mentoring training manual. So you find, I'll always put the latest versions of the manuals in Teams, and you find the training manuals channel, and we're going to look for the mentoring training manual first. So I already have it open in the background, so I've got it open. And the first thing that you might notice is the table of contents is now 2 pages long. But there really have been no changes all the way through the beginning of the manual up to the curriculum. There really haven't been any changes. In fact, there's not that many changes to this manual. I just got a little bit more detailed in the descriptions. But one place that there is a change is in the workflow and how to establish mentoring for self-referred clients. So this self-referred clients, those are the clients where a family will contact you directly instead of you getting the information from the school. Now this could happen because of a email blast that a school sent, a participating school, and it's another referral source. Or this could happen because a flyer was sent out to the community and that contact information was sent to you as a community referred client. So when that happens, then you will make contact with that, return the contact with that family member. So if you have the email address, it is recommended that you email a PDF copy of the consent for review and let them know that this is just to look at, and they won't sign it or don't need to sign it until you send them a link to the portal. So since you are really the first person from CHADS that they are going to be talking to, then you are representing the entire program for them. So the first thing you're going to do is introduce yourself as a mentor and give them an overview of the program. In a later document, we'll give you some talking points for things to include in the overview of the program. Now, while you are doing this process, if you have a parent or guardian who is very interested in pursuing this, and you can tell that this is definitely going to be worth your time based upon what you are hearing, then the suggestion is that you follow the steps in the Theranos manual, page 2 to 3, of creating a client. And we're calling this a provisional client because we're not going to be sure we're going to keep the client until we have consent. But you have to create a client in order to send them a consent form to sign through the portal, and also to do our new process for the intake of the mentor through the family referral. So what you are going to find is there is now a family referral form. So if you go to Theranos, so I'm going to Theranos and I have a client here, and I changed it actually a little to family mentor referral / feedback. So, but it's the same form. So you go to that tab and you'll see that I've done this before because I've been practicing, but you will start by filling in a new form for the client that you created. And all you need to do to create the client for this part is just put the client name in. If you can get more information in the beginning, that's great, but a lot of the information is also going to come through this form. So you'll put the student's name, we'll need the school name, their grade, their age, race, gender, and then who is it you're interviewing and what is their relationship to the child. And then you can continue the other information. Now, this form is called a referral. The drop-down list has feedback because we'll use this form later on to get feedback from the family as to any growth that they're seeing in their child due to their participation in this program. So what we have is a version of the referral form that looks very much like the referral form that counselors fill out. So the first thing you'll notice is there is a rating scale, a Likert scale 1 to 5, and you're asking the parent or guardian to compare their child's display of a particular skill to other children their age. So if they would give the student a 5 in a skill that they consistently display compared to other children their age. And they would give them a 1 if the student rarely displays that skill. And then something like a 4 would be if they display that skill 4 to 5 days a week. So you just kind of go through that scale, and then when they get the idea of the scale, then you will tell them that there are 5 social emotional learning skills that our program focuses on, and they actually, you can please read the definition of what those are, and then you can ask them to give a 1 to 5 rating of where they feel their child is at this point. And so you go all the way down to the 5 social emotional learning skills. Once that is done, then you will write down the reason for referral. Now, you may already know this based upon the earlier conversation. So if that's the case, you can just type it in or go back to it later. Ask them to describe a strength of the child and an area for improvement, and then anything else they would like you to know. So when you're done, save it, but don't sign it. And the reason you're not signing it yet is so you can go back and edit it. So this form is now stored in the referral feedback. And so when you've got a good form that you know that is the right form, you can go ahead if you want and e-sign it. But when you know that you've got it filled out completely. The other thing that you want to do is you want to put this form in the G drive that Denise is going to access in order to get that baseline data of where the student is starting. So a really good way to do that is to print it to a PDF. So this is what it looks like. Of course, it'll be filled out. If I print that to a PDF, save as PDF, then I am then going to save it into the G drive. And there is a document, this is all in the manual too. And then you'll find the one with your name on it. So here's the ones with my name on it. And you can see I've already got some forms in there. And the manual explains how you save them. Okay, so the only other thing that I want to bring your attention to in this manual, so I'm going to go back to the table of contents, is I want to draw your attention to treatment plan. So treatment plans need to be completed for each client in Theranest. So once you have a client, you've got your consent, you've got your referral, then go through the process of creating a treatment plan. And that is found in Theranest. And so the next thing that we're going to talk about is the changes in Theranest.